Alrighty.
And I've got to get this stuff out too.
Hey, Christy. Hey, Huga. Hey, everybody.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the show. Oops. Okay, apparently I've put that out. I didn't know I did. Yeah, I know. I gotta mute myself on YouTube. Oh
Are you
well.
alright then?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just making sure I did my stupid thing earlier. Not sure.
Alright, alright.
Yeah, I did do it. Okay. So, how's everybody doing today? It's a fabulous Sunday. God's Knight's having problems with his internet, so he goes in and out. We understand he will come back as soon as he's capable of doing so, which anymore is par for the course.
Yeah.
So, I've been keeping eyes on things going on um, with people in stores. Aldi stuff is getting to where it's almost equal to the stuff in the regular stores. Hold on a second. I gotta. Okay, I'm back. I had to tell the front room to keep it down a little bit. Anyhow, uh, I hope everybody is doing what they can, getting stocked up. If you can't grow garden, I understand that. Been in that situation many years of my life, and trust me, there's many years to my life. Um, I also know what it's like to not have a lot of room to grow garden, you know. But if you can, fabulous. You need to find, if you got questions, find somebody you can talk to that lives in your area that can show you, and teach you. Ooh, God's night. Your helmet brings out the color in your eyes. Um, yeah. Otherwise, there are YouTube. Um, there's Shed Wars and stuff, and other channels that you can um watch, and learn from them. There's, like I said, the Shed Wars videos. You know,
Or if you're old enough to remember reading Rainbow, just grab a book.
yeah, yeah. There's nothing wrong with reading books and learning how to do stuff either. You know, um, it's just it's easier if you have somebody that. Hello, Alex. How you doing? Um, it's just easier if you can.
Oh shit! What's up, Alex? Long time, man. Wow, that's a rare thing to see right now.
Yeah,
A wild Alex has appeared.
yes, out of the blue even.
Yeah,
Um,
just jumped up and bit me.
you know, y- there's nothing wrong with learning, is what I'm saying, and I don't care how old you are. You have to be learning, otherwise you're hanging on the wall. You got all the answers you're supposed to have, you know. But when I was a kid, and this is a long time ago, only the rich people, and I mean the rich people, were able to afford video cameras, could do home videos. Everybody else, well, we had to settle for snapshots of pictures if we were lucky, you know. And so um, it's to say, well, you have to have proof. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Ooh,
Nice.
he's got a fine feathered friend business going.
Yep.
Man, that guy has a lot of feathers. Just saying.
Yeah,
Good
bird
for.
business is code for burlesque, right? The
Oh well,
burlesque business.
with those feathers, I could show you how to make some arrows. You know, real easy. But
Just joking, just joking.
um, so and a lot of people I learned how to do things from, they're no longer alive, for one. And two, if I would say their names, everybody on YouTube would go, "Who? Why?" Because you didn't know them. So their names is irrelevant, you know. But I give kudos to those that learn. I don't care if they watch videos on YouTube. They learn. They they put it to work. They try it. It works, and so they share it with others. After all, that's what it's all about. Hi, Danny. How you doing, Cajun Hyponics?
Hey,
You know,
Cajun.
ooh, he's on lunch and listening. But I mean, don't put anybody down because they learned something from YouTube. I'm gonna tell you something. I've been told if you want to learn how to do
Holy
something,
crap.
learn about it on YouTube.
Dude, I remember you had like one, then you had two, then three, now 70? Jeez.
He's busy with them birds, you know what I mean? um, and there's nothing wrong with it. You can learn how to fix a car and build things and do wiring and stuff. You know, you gotta do your research, yeah, okay, and you study and you learn. Well, that don't mean that you don't know what you're talking about. It also means that you're A, willing to learn, B, you took your time and you studied, you watched more than one video till you got enough of them that were consistent and go, okay, got it. I understand this now. You know? So kudos to them. Those that learn that way. And not everybody learns the same way. Not everybody has. Okay, for my age, it was my grandparents. For younger people, it would be their great grandparents. Okay, just saying. Um, not everybody even knows who those people were. You know, so damn it, enough with the BS. YouTube is YouTube. It's not high school. It's not gang up on somebody and beat the hell out of them. Because they took upon themselves to teach themselves how to do something. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. And the adults need to grow up, and children need to learn to respect others. That's all I'm saying on that one. You know, I mean, besides, our message on here is learn to grow. As far as I was aware, that was the message of Shed Wars too. Learn how to grow a garden. Teach others what you know. Share it. Make friends. Am I wrong or am I right there, Cajun? You tell me. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'll admit that I'm wrong then. But that's the message I got out of this. You know? And right now, we need to be growing our foods. We need to be stocking up on canned goods if we can't grow a garden. Because the prices are going to go up and they're going to make sure people can't afford gas. I'll tell you that one right now. They're going to make sure people can't afford electricity too. So when your modern stuff, including your vehicles, your gas garden tiller, your electric garden tiller, all your gas stuff, your gas tractor that you use to do your fields with to grow your large corporate business gardens, when they don't run anymore, how are you going to do it? Do you have cows that you train to pull a plow or oxes or horses? I mean, come on. Think outside the box here, people. I am not blowing smoke up anybody's rear. I am being very honest and very real. I'm not fear mongering. But damn it, enough is enough. You do not attack somebody because of the way they learn. Okay? And so they pass it on. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. You want to get technical about it? Unless you go back in time and you do it the original way, you've adjusted it to where it works easier ways of doing it, yada yada yada, so on and so forth, and you pass it on, and then somebody comes along and tweaks it a little bit more. Am I right or am I wrong? Oh yeah, that's right. You know, well that's fine, but damn it, not everybody learns by watching a video, and if they do, more power to them. Why? Because they're still learning. They took that time to learn and study and figured out, okay, now this is what they said to do, and they took notes on what it said and stuff, okay, and they went out and they tried it and it worked. End of story. Case closed. So if you want your drama and you want to stir the honey pot to stir shit up, you're in the wrong. You're into Shed Wars and on YouTube for the wrong reasons. I'm just putting it that way, point blank. Get mad at me if you want. I don't care. You don't have to follow me. I don't care. Because I'm not into YouTube to make money. That's what nobody understands. I'm not into Shed Words for anything. I have nothing to gain by it. Okay? I'm not into it so I can get a lot of followers so I can get monetized. I don't give a shit about being monetized. I'm in Shed Wars so I can learn. I'm in Shed Wars so I can teach. I'm in Shed Wars so I can make friends, which I have made some friends. Not a lot, but some, you know, and that's fine. That's awesome. But those that think that they're going to come in and destroy something beautiful just because they're not the center of attention or whatever, that's on them. Okay? And if you don't like what I'm saying, well, that's on you too. Because remember the golden rule? Yeah, when I went to school, there was a golden rule. Okay, the golden rule was treat others like you want them to treat you.
Yep.
Okay?
I
That means
live by the same one.
you respect others and they will respect you. All right?
And if they don't, just move on.
Cajun phonics of people get into shed wars looking to blow up their channel, they will be totally mistaken and they peel off pretty fast when they realize that. Yeah, you know, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not in shed wars for anything. Okay? I have nothing to gain. I have seeds. Okay? I don't enter into other people's drawings. Why? Because I don't do drawings. I don't have the money. I can't afford to. When I tell you that this is how I do something and it's old ways of doing it, that's part of my life. That's how I live my life doing that. Why? Because I don't have the money that I can just throw it here and there. You know, I live on a very tight, strict income. So every penny counts. I have to save up my pennies to be able to get something. Anything. Okay? Do I want people to feel sorry for me? No. Because there's a lot of people that have to do that. I learned a long time ago to live within my means. Okay? I remember when I was a kid, this shortly after the mountains were invented and built up, okay? When you had good credit meant that you didn't own anything. You weren't in debt. That was good credit. And then along came the 80s and they flipped it. You want good credit? Well, you buy whatever you want. You put it on a charge card or you get a loan. and you're now deep in debt. But hey, they tell you that you've got good credit. I call it hogwash.
Yeah, I
Okay?
remember that because my grandma never had a credit card at the time. I was probably around, I don't know, 8 or 9, and the creditors would come to your door. So we had like creditors that would come. They were like salesmen, and they told her that she had no credit, not that she had good credit. And yeah, I understand. I that's when I was like, wait, what? Oh, grandma never owed, never owed anybody any money. So like you said, she had good credit. But
Yeah.
when things changed, she had zero credit. Like she had no, like nothing. It didn't exist. So yeah, so you have to have a card, use it in order to have good credit now within the new system that that you're talking about.
And Danny's right. A credit is the biggest scam ever.
Yep.
And you know what? Now they're going to give what is called a social credit.
Yep.
And they go by
Social credit score.
what you post, the videos you make, what you say on your live feeds. And
Yeah, your
the
interaction with the within the new society. That's what it is. How
yeah,
you interact with the new society.
and to top it off, an IA, which is a computer program, will decide if you get to go shopping and buy a can of beans or not. If you can go and buy a package of diapers that you need for a baby or not. Or if you can buy a can of formula or milk, whatever. Oh, yeah, Danny, it's true.
Yeah, it's
I
in
mean,
it's there's actual documents of it. That's why I say you guys got to research. It's
you
everywhere.
know,
It's in our government's documents that they release in the alphabet soup agencies and
not only that, already back in the 70s, they came right out and admitted again that if you control the food, you can control the people. Well,
good.
when my older kids were younger, and older people would be talking to us, and they would look at me and they would say, because they thought my kids were older than me, okay? And they'd say, "Do you mind?" And my kids would turn around and look at them and go, "No, we've been trying to train it for years and it don't work." You
Because
know?
Sweden, China, some parts of Europe actually are already doing this. The social credit score system,
Yeah. And not only
even in
that,
South America.
the petrodollar is dying, guys. And a lot of the foreign countries are already gold backed their currencies. So, but yeah, I mean, sure, the gas reserves have been emptied out some more. Oh, gas supposedly dropped. I love this one. I saw this one this morning. Gas has went down 14 cents. Mm, really? Yeah, the price was $4.19 a gallon. And I went, that ain't it down.
No,
I
it's
went to
not.
town the other day and regular gas was just under $4 and unleaded gas was $4.25 in this area, and they don't want people going, they don't want people talking, they don't want nobody doing nothing. So, yeah, that's why we keep saying, come on, guys, get your head out of the sand because I'm getting tired of hitting it with rocks, hitting your dairy air with rocks, you know, because your butt's sticking up there for me. Ding! Oh, yeah, that one I got square on, you know. Get your head out of the sand. And I don't want people to say, oh, but our government wouldn't do that to us. Who do you think's doing it? It's the
Yeah,
government, okay? Good, bad, or otherwise. I don't give a hoot and a holler if you're left, right, or in between. That bird has to have both wings that match, or it can't fly.
correct. Nobody in this government right now or any government are good.
So, and it's not just
Or out tell people.
America. They're doing this to all countries around the world.
Yep.
All right? I hope y'all got stocked up on flour and stuff like that. Why? Because guess where your flour, where the majority of the wheat comes from? You know? It comes from Ukraine, Russia. Oh, gee, never thought of that. Yeah, that's why I've been saying, I guess the upper crust, because back in the day, the loaves weren't made in pans like we make a loaf of bread. The bread dough was put in like round shape, half moon, dome like, put on the board and put in the oven and baked. Yeah, you know. And you're right, Danny, those things too. You know, and because the bottom crust would be a little browner than they liked, might even be a little burnt, they would cut the bread sideways instead of up and down. Like we cut it nowadays, they'd cut it sideways. Well, the elite only liked the upper crust. Why? Because it wasn't burnt. And they wouldn't eat the rest of the bread. They'd just eat the upper crust where it wasn't burnt. The lower crust, they'd throw it out, give it to the poor people to eat, whatever. You know? It's why people can laugh at me all they want. I love my manual stuff. I have for years. What are you gonna do when you can't get your batteries anymore for your your sawzall, your drill, your uh hammer, your nail gun, that's what I'm thinking of. You know? What are you gonna do when you can't get any batteries for that stuff? Stop and think about it. Call me crazy all you want. I like my manual tools. And if I need to, and I'm real desperate for sound, I can make the sound effects. Okay? I mean, yeah, I know. That's all right, Danny. You be safe. You have a great day too. Talk with you
All right,
later.
later, Cajun.
I mean, yeah, go ahead and make fun of me all you want. I don't care. I've got tough skin. I can handle it. But, boys and girls, it's time to grow the hell up. Ain't nobody gonna come in and save your butts but you.
Right.
Okay? Ain't nobody going to. I mean, a lot of people are gonna find out, oh my gosh, we're in this big pond. There's a lot of fish in this pond with us. Oh, our names don't mean nothing to the rest of those fishes. How in the world are we going to make it? And that's what I used to tell my classmates and the kids I went to school with, the older ones and the younger ones. And I'd even tell it to the bullies that picked on the littler ones, the younger ones that are the smaller kids. You know, you think you're better and bigger and more important? You think your stuff don't stink? Well, guess what? You put your pants on the same way we do, one leg at a time. And when I was in school, we didn't have anybody fighting. Everybody got along. I knew all the big kids. I knew all the younger kids. I knew all the kids in my class. I knew all the kids in every grade. And we got along. I mean, yeah, the schools I went to weren't very big schools, but still, we got along. So, there ain't no reason for this drama stuff on YouTube to be done.
Or
Zeroing out
anywhere.
somebody and
Anywhere.
attacking them ain't the
Shouldn't happen
answer.
anywhere.
Exactly. It shouldn't happen at all, period.
Exactly.
You know, if you don't like a YouTube channel or the person who owns the channel, there's an answer. Watch somebody else. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, we've had a lot of people complain because we don't show ourselves. Well, I'm a real person, and I'm a lot older than what majority of people on YouTube are. Do I have a head? Yeah. Don't you? Do I have
I'm a
arms? Yeah. I got two
I'm
arms, one on each
I'm a
side of me.
I'm a 42-year-old artificial intelligence,
I even have two legs and a back. You know?
and I like lasagna.
We call you Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, am I preaching? No. Am I being real? Hell yeah.
Yep.
Am I sugarcoating? No. But I'm tired of other people thinking that they can attack innocent people and stir the pot and make drama and try to break people's spirits. Ain't gonna go, you know? And
Well, on
for
the
the
same side of that, on the opposite but same coin, JT, people got to be careful who they interact with. And what are
right.
your intentions with those people as well? Everybody has intentions. Everybody has an agenda. Doesn't matter who you are
Oh,
or where
I,
you're
I,
at, you know.
I honestly don't have any agenda because of the
But
simple fact.
I'm not talking about you,
Oh,
JT.
I know.
You're the
I know.
exception. Most of us are exceptions because we have what we call common sense
Yes, common
and
sense is
courtesy.
something that a lot of people lack anymore. But you know, I'm still gonna make my videos. Ain't nobody gonna stop that.
Yeah,
I'm
and it should.
still gonna show people how they can do things. Ain't nothing gonna stop that.
Yeah.
Okay? And as far as I know, because I haven't been told otherwise, I'm still on Will It Grow's team for Shed Wars. Where's the jellyfish? And we go squish squish. I'm sorry, I don't know what jellyfish sounds, is. Okay, so it's a squish squish. That's why, you know. And Homestead Aquarius, I still live in his knee pocket. I'm his critter in his knee pocket. Ain't gonna change anything. Okay? I mean, it's just hogwash. It's just hogwash. So those that wanna try bullying others, take your drama, go down the street. Leave innocent people alone, period. You know, it's just that plain and simple. Yeah, I watch some people on of Shed Wars. I don't watch everybody, 'cause I have a life too. I'm on the internet or on YouTube till a certain time, and then I'm off the internet. I'm off YouTube for the night because I go on to something else a little bit more important to me. But that's just how I am. You know, I've been waiting for spring to get here so I can go outside, and all I keep getting is snow and
And
rain
cold.
and cold,
Mm.
and that ain't nothing. You can't do a garden in that. But yeah, I mean, and we're supposed to teach young people. We're supposed to teach kids. Okay, fine and dandy. You know, I remember back when I was a kid, You learned from all kinds of people. How do you think you learned the history of the area that you lived in? The older people
Yeah.
that were around you would talk, and you might listen. If you were smart, you paid attention. So you learned it. So then you would, you'd know it. Because those people weren't going to be around forever. Somebody had to know it. You know? I mean, come on. It's not. It's how they used to teach stuff anyhow. You know? Dad had a carpenter's job. Okay? And he'd have 3 sons. God's Night, Cajun, and we'll put Mo Henry on there too, okay? And so the boys would go and they'd learn Dad's skills, or one of them would want to learn something else, so he would go over to Bob's hardware store and be apprentice there, or Bill's blacksmith and be apprentice there and learn those skills. That's fine. But stop and think about it. That's how you have Joe Blow and Sons, okay? Or Mary Lou and Family. That's how they done the business. That's how they kept the family businesses going.
Yeah.
They didn't have colleges. They didn't have schools. They'd pass them down from one generation to the next. And if Dad was working on something, God's Night was watching, paying attention, and thought about it, went, hey, I think I might know an easier way to do that. And Dad'd go, oh, really? And God's Night would tell him. And Dad'd sit and think about it for a little bit, and sometimes it'd work, and he'd come back and go, God's Night, you saved us a lot of time on this. Good job. And so they'd switch it, and that'd be how they start doing it then, because it was an easier way. Sometimes they'd come along and they'd go, Well, Henry, what were you thinking? That ain't gonna work. And yeah, I don't know Mo Henry, so I made up a name. Ooh, spank me. Um, I'm telling y'all how they used to do things back in the day. And the wives had to know what the husband's done, and the husbands had to know what the wives done, so they could keep the house function, the family farm functioning. If something happened to one, the other one had to step up and be able to do it all. You know, their kids helped out. They made it work.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's just that plain and simple. Not everybody knows all the answers. Sometimes Dad'd have a problem, or God's Night would have a problem, and Dad'd think about, God's Night would think about, Mo Henry would think about it, and the other boy would too, and nobody could come up with the answer. Well, then they had to figure out how to do it. They'd had to figure out the answer altogether. That's a new concept too. Teamwork. You know? So, y'all want to get mad? You want to get upset over what I'm saying? Good.
Yeah, there is no Z or V in teamwork, is there?
No, there isn't. You know? I mean, I don't care. I don't care if people get mad at me. I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to make up things. I'm going to keep telling the truth. I'm going to keep doing my videos. Don't like it? Good. I like it? Good. Don't want to follow me? Fine. You want to follow me? Great. It ain't gonna stop me. It's not gonna change me. It's just gonna make me that much more determined to keep doing. Because I know I'm onto something. I'm doing something right. Because if I
Yeah,
wasn't, other people wouldn't get upset.
exactly. You're doing something right when you got haters. When everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you're so good, you're great." If everybody's accepting you, you're doing something wrong.
No kidding. You know? But, I mean, it's like, um, joking around with people. Oh, you gotta watch it, man. You might upset somebody because of a joke you say.
Yeah, or
Well,
even a
really?
letter.
Yeah. Really? I'm sorry to hear that that person forgot how to laugh, how to joke around, you know? Just saying.
That's a fair point. People, most people now these days have a sense of humor as long as it's not directed at them. If they're directing it at others, they have a sense of humor. But when it comes back to them, when it's redirected to them, they don't have a sense of humor anymore. They take it to heart and they get butthurt about it.
We'll
What is
try
that
this.
saying? If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Yeah, that's one of
Or
them.
don't play with fire.
Well, the other one is little boys that play with fire, we in bed.
Yeah.
But, you know, try it this way. You want to joke around, you want to have fun? Make up some jokes about you. Laugh at the stupid stuff you do. And when I say you, each one of us, that includes me. You ask God tonight, man. I'll say something stupid, and we'll start laughing like the
It happens to
butterflies.
me too, but a little more less frequently. But yeah, I mean, we have good laughs when we make mistakes.
Yeah,
It's like, oops, or did I just say that? Or did I hear you say that? Is
right.
that what you said?
You know, I mean, if we can't laugh at what we ourselves do, that's a goof up or a funny stupid. Well, then go back and find your humor bone, okay? Your funny bone. Go back and learn how to laugh
What is another
because
saying? You
it
don't know
means
humor if you don't know humility.
it means that you've been watching too much TV.
Too
You've
much
been
Hollywood,
watching too much internet already programmed programs.
too much propaganda.
Yeah, too much propaganda is right. Because a lot of people they don't know how to laugh anymore either. You know, they have no feelings, period, towards anything. They don't know how to react. And that's sad, you know, because reaction can save somebody's life, believe it or not. You know, I mean, go ahead. It don't matter to me. Get in touch with your feelings. You'd be surprised how many people wake up in the morning and as soon as they open their eyes up, go, "Yeah, I'm in a great mood today." Woo! How many?
I'm not one of them.
I do.
Sometimes, anyways.
I do quite often. You know, how many people get up in the morning and go, "Oh man, not good. Today isn't a good day."
Yeah, I don't wake up like that saying, "Oh shit, today's another shit day." Nope.
Right?
But at the same time, I don't wake up on a sunny disposition and just kind of like, "Oh crap,
I do
it's
when I'm
morning
when
already."
I do when my body gets recharged. You know, I get
Yeah.
sunlight. I'm like, yeah, Come on, let's have some fun. Let's see what we can get in trouble doing. You know? Why? Because if I do anything, even thinking, you can get in trouble for thinking, or at least that's what they'd like to do to you. You know?
Yep. How dare you be happy? How dare you have fun?
How dare you disagree with what we say?
Yeah. How dare you think differently? Yeah, all that stuff.
Everybody's supposed to think like us or else. Well, sorry. You know, I was I was taught when I went to school. I was taught to think for myself. Our
Yep.
teachers, our teachers back then. This is back no computers, okay? And our teachers would go, "Hey, you went you done you were you went along with your friends, right? Because that's what your friends were doing. So you done it too. You joined in. Yeah. So if your friends jumped off the bridge, would you jump off too? Heck
Yes,
no.
ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I would.
And then
What?
the wonderful internet came along and they started emailing. And it was, well, if your friends jumped off the bridge, would you? Nope, I'd yell, I would miss your emails. You know?
Yeah.
Or I could go down below and time them and punch in
You know,
on an
speaking of
email
that,
the time it took them to land.
you know exactly that with the emails. You remember the chain letters? People followed along with that garbage, and they didn't realize that they were passing on viruses and catching viruses
Yep.
while passing on those chain letters. Because pass this chain letter on, or you'll be rich in 2 days, or bad
You
luck will
think
get you tomorrow. You know, people did these chain
bad
letter
luck,
things. It was stupid.
bad luck, superstitions, that bad luck. Nobody wants
That's how
bad luck.
that's how they first got people online, were the freaking chain letters.
I uh I have to be honest, if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. You always heard of Bad Luck Charlie?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a relative of mine. I do have to believe that one. You know, it's like, well, there's an easier way to do this, that, and the other that you just did. You done it the hardest way possible.
yeah,
That's nice. But I got it done. I got the results I wanted. And then you go and you try doing it their easy way the next time and it don't work. You end up doing it the same way you did the first time. Why? Because you're not supposed to do things easy.
yeah.
Not everybody can go from point A to point B in a smooth straight line. Some of us, we gotta go up and down, up and down, up and down, or forward and backwards a few times before we get to the other point. Takes us longer to get there, but we get the same results. If we did it in a straight line like everybody else, it wouldn't work. You know? So, yeah, it's just the way it is.
Yeah,
So, and I also know that not everybody learns the same way, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Some people learn great things from books. Next ones can't. Some people can learn from books and learn from hands-on. Some people just learn from hands-on. And some people have to actually be walked through doing something.
yeah.
Okay? There's different ways people learn. And it's like my one school teacher said, there's no such thing as a stupid question. But it sure is stupid not to ask your question. How are you
Exactly.
going to get the answer? You know? Stop and think about it. And nowadays, if you learn something from watching videos, awesome. We didn't have videos when I was a kid. Okay? Not everybody had those slide projectors either, you know what I mean? Where they took the negative and made it into a slide and then put it into the projector and projected the picture of the slide, which was the negative, onto the screen to look at. They didn't have, yeah, not everybody had those. And that's fine. That's fine and dandy, you know? I just, yeah. I want everybody to learn. I want everybody to start using the golden rule. Treat others as you'd like to be treated. You know what happens to those that walk around with their nose cut in the clouds? They miss the tulips and the
Yeah,
sweet
but they're falling
flowers.
away or in the ditch.
Yeah. Do you know what happens when your nose cuts the ground? Because you're busy looking down upon people? You're cutting ditches and trenches,
Yeah.
and then people can't get across. And you end up isolating yourself either way you want to go about it. So, if you want to be isolated, go for it, you know? But I honestly believe I'm not any better than anybody else, but nobody's any better than me either. We're all equal. That's what I believe. We're all equal. We all can learn from each other.
Yep.
If I gave up every time I was told I couldn't do something, I'd have laid down and died a long time ago. But I ain't giving up. And I'm sure as hell not laying down like others might want. I don't care. All they do is make it me even that more determined, you know? I'll sit and I'll think about something for 4 days, figuring out how to do one thing. You know, while I'm doing other things, I'll be still thinking about that one thing. How am I gonna do it? Well, sometimes I can get the answers, and sometimes I have to do trial and error. But eventually I get it figured out. You know? So, I hope so. I hope one person realizes an older lady not letting them go away. The older lady, it looks forward to their videos. Okay? And I hope they get back into doing it. Just saying. Because you can't let other people tell you you gotta quit.
Or really just don't let what people say put you in the place where you should quit. What they say shouldn't matter, especially online. What are they gonna do? Talk bad about you online? Big deal. As long as they're gonna come to your place where you live, your domicile, and actually physically threaten you, right? It's just online. What people cannot harm you online. Yeah, some people are gonna disagree. We are hackers, blah, but that's superficial. That's technology. You can always get a new phone or stay offline. If you're worried about your technology, then don't even interact online. Don't interact with people online. Don't go to places you're not supposed to go, and you'll be fine. Like I said, it's your interaction that sums it all up to where who are you interacting with? Where are you going? What are you interacting? If you know that you shouldn't be hanging out with certain people or talking to certain people or going to certain places, then you ignore that, then that's on you. What happens is on you. Just like how we talk about, start getting what you can get now, every time, every Sunday. And how many
Yep.
Sundays have that been? And people probably still haven't done nothing because nah, it, everything will be restocked. Everything will be replaced. No, no, not this time.
No,
Not the
not
way
this
you believe.
time. Not this time because there's too many stores. The shelves are going empty on and they ain't getting the shit in.
Yep.
I mean, besides, here's another question. Think about this, okay? They're also talking about the internet going down. How are you gonna function? How are you gonna keep in touch with each other? Oh
Smoke
gosh,
signals.
your internet's down. You can't spend hours all day on the internet now. What are
Yeah.
you gonna do with all those free hours you suddenly found and discovered you have? You know?
They're gonna try to find ways to get back on the internet.
Yeah, you can write letters. Hope you got the address where the person lives. You know? But how you gonna get that letter there because the post office no longer works because their trucks don't move. They don't have gas. Pony Express, here we come again. Yeah, sounds like a fun time, don't it? You know? Go ahead, laugh at me. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't care. I can handle it. You know? I'm a big girl. And yeah, I've been around a lot longer than what a lot of people have. And that's fine. That's fantastic. But there's one thing I do know for a fact. I listen to older people. I listen to younger people. Okay? We're supposed to learn from each other. We're supposed to teach each other. You know? And you want to sabotage yourself? Go for it. You want to try sabotaging somebody else? That's not even cool. You're just making it hard for others to respect you. And when you do that, it'll bite you in the butt. Because Karma, she doesn't care who she goes and gets. But she has a tendency of finding people that she needs to get a lot faster than what the person expects her to find them.
Yeah.
And then it's, oh crap, I've had this, and this happen to me and I don't know why. Well, think about it. Think long and hard about it. You know? So if you show people, there's an old saying, okay? You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. It's an old saying, and it's true. However, if you put some vinegar in some water with a little bit of Dawn dish soap or dish soap, period, little bit, not a lot, just a little bit of sugar, you will catch all kinds of flies and gnats and anything else. Mosquitoes, oh yeah. Your food will be clean. You could end up blowing bubbles when you get done. Hope you have plenty of chocolate syrup, because otherwise you're wasting all that protein you just caught. But still, it's the fact. The fact of be nice to each other. Because if you're gonna go around sourpuss and chip on your shoulder, you ain't gonna get too far. Not too many people gonna want anything to do with you. Alright? And I love the word fake and phony. How do other people know if you're fake or phony? You know? Are they talking from first-hand experience? Are they talking from first-hand acknowledgement? I mean, stop and think about it. You're not fake. You're a real person. You're not phony. You're telling the truth. If you're not telling the truth, well then, yeah, okay, but you know it, and you know if you're telling the truth or not. And if you're telling the truth, who cares what other people think? Who cares what other people say? Keep doing your videos. I'm gonna. All this has done for me is keep doing them. Do your videos. Don't give a rat's butt. If other people want to watch them, fine and dandy. If they don't, fine and dandy. But when all hell breaks loose and they don't have electricity and gas anymore, then I hope, like heck, they had enough time to watch the videos that they're really going to need before it's too late. It's just how it works. So, yeah, think about it. I know growing stuff in the desert bottom is a lot different than growing stuff up in the mountains in the desert. I know this. Okay? I know growing stuff in Oregon is a lot different than growing stuff down in Texas. I know growing stuff up here or growing stuff down south is a lot different than up here. Why? Because of our winter weather. Okay? I know growing stuff out on an island in the ocean is a total different situation than growing stuff in the middle of America where you have no oceanfront property. Alright? And because I know those facts, it's also partly why we say, hey, there's videos. Which we've always been saying that too. There's videos you can learn how to garden. There's people in your area that know how to garden. You see somebody gardening and you are serious about wanting to know how? Find out. Ask them questions. What kind of tools do I need? Oh, I gotta get a shovel, a rake, and a hoe. Okay, and I've got to turn the ground by hand. Well, depending on how big your garden is, depends on how long that's going to take. And you use the rake, not a leaf rake either, a garden rake, to bust up the clumps of dirt. And then you can use the hoe to smooth out your garden. Okay, yeah, that's making sense. If you got a garden tiller, fine, fabulous. If you got, electricity, you can use your electric one, fine, fantastic. But somebody just starting out, they don't know the tools that they need. And they don't always have somebody they can ask. Okay? They don't always have somebody in their family that done gardening. but yet they know it's important. They got to start doing this. So they start asking questions. After all, that's how we all started. I don't care if we were around our grandpas and grandmas, great grandma and grandpas, went out to the garden with mom and dad when we were little bitty tykes and dites. Okay? And only big enough to throw dirt around. And so your parents had to make an area. Okay, we know that the kids only play in that area. Well, that's where we don't grow food in this garden. Why? Because the kids are entertained in that area. They go there all the time. When that dirt pile stops, then we know we gotta look for the kids. And the whole time you're out there working, your kids are in that area playing and having fun. You know? I mean, come on. We're not going to put anybody down. We're not better than anybody, but by gosh, we can get along and we can learn from each other. And oh yeah, we can have fun while we're doing it. You know?
Yep.
And so I don't have tomato cages. God's night does. Well, I might have sticks. I might know how to make a teepee for beans or something to grow on out of sticks. You know what? Those things have been around for a long time. You can actually find a branch that makes an excellent rake. Okay? And guess what? It came out of the tree. It fell on the ground. You walked over and, oh, I don't need that handle that long, or I need, you know, I only need to cut a little bit off. And it works great. It don't look like a rake that you buy at the store, but hey, you're going to use what you got. When I started doing gardening, go ahead and laugh at me. I borrowed a hoe that I hated. The hoe didn't work with a hoop. I borrowed a shovel, a spade. Okay? A spade is one of the shovels that have the curved bottom. Alright? I had that. And I borrowed a garden rake. That's what I had. Okay? And I had to bend down and pull all the damn weeds out of the garden by hand. But that was okay because I also used some of those weeds to protect my garden food. And it's still done good. And I'm going to be doing videos on this stuff, so y'all can laugh at me all you want. I don't care. You know? It's like, what are you going to do for fertilizer for your garden when there ain't none? Because, oh yeah, that comes from Ukraine too. Hello. You know? Do you have pigs? Do you have goats? Do you have cows? Lambs? Do you have chickens? Well, that's how the farmers used to do it back in the day. They'd let their cow, they'd take all their animals one at a time. Like the goats. They'd take them out and they'd let them eat the area where they couldn't get up there to cut it. They'd let the goats cut that down for them. Had a bunch of weeds, well, you'd let the goats eat them down. They'd eat them down so far. And then you had sheep. And near flat areas where it was okay, you let your cows go there. And your chickens and your pigs. The pigs were the natural ground aerators. The pigs would root up the roots in the ground and eat them, and they'd irrigate the ground for you. So, yeah. But that's how they also got their fertilizer. And they would put lime on it. you know, potash, wood ash. And here's a helpful hint. You need fertilizer. You got sawdust and it's not walnut. Sawdust that does not have walnut sawdust in it. Awesome fertilizer. Okay? And even the DNR can't get mad at you because it's all natural, honey. Just saying. These are alternative ways to fertilize your garden, your yard, whatever you need fertilizer for. And if you can't buy it at the store, how you gonna do it? You know, you gotta have backup plans for your backup plans. You know, I mean, sometimes I think it's when we do our show, we're hitting our heads on a cement wall. Sometimes I feel that way. But you know what? If my shows help, if this channel helps one person, it was worth it. You know?
Yep.
I mean, come on. We help one person, it's worth it. We help two people. Awesome sauce, you know? But if people have questions, they can ask. You know? I mean, I'm not gonna say no, you can't talk to each other, you can't ask questions. I ain't saying that at all. Because how you can ask questions if you don't talk to each other? Think about that one, let that one soak in. You know? It's just, you know, one of those things. Um, and here's another thing. I'm not the only one that does gardening the old ways. Reaganog does too. Yeah. They use what they've got. They got a lot of trees, so they got a lot of branches and stuff. And that's cool. Why? It don't cost them nothing. We have branches come down out of trees all the time too. It won't be the first time I've used them either. You know? I mean, we don't know, you know, not everybody's got the money to go to the store. Or not everybody wants to blow the money that it costs to go to the store. You know? Think about it. Right now, saving your pennies as best as you can, the best way in getting what you need. If a branch falls out of the tree and you can use it several ways and you don't, that's on you. You know? I mean, you can't be afraid to try. I don't care if you know, I don't care what your income is. I know what it's like to not have a lot of money. I don't. I don't pretend I do. But if you can save up cans, you know, and I've told people this, people that are into stocks or whatever, investing, I says, look, get stocked up as best as you can within your limits. The best of your ability without credit cards and that. Okay? Because the food prices are only going to go up. And you'll get stocked up. The stores don't have anything in them anymore, so you can't go to the stores. You're still safe. You've got that investment of food. You can actually touch it. You can eat it. And when you get done eating it, don't just throw the cans away either. They'll come in handy for other things later on. So you wash them up and you keep them. Okay? And your investment is now what's saving your life. Okay, let's say miraculously something would happen and things turned around for the better. I don't know about that one. But we're pretending, okay, that suddenly, all of a sudden, you know, somebody snapped their fingers and everything suddenly became better. All right? Well, we still have all that food, but you know what? We're not out of anything. We still have food to eat. Heck, we can all get together and have a heck of a good party. Yay, we made it through the tough times. But even then, I will still keep stocking up and being prepared because you never know when you're going to have a personal shit hit the fan situation, you know, because those situations can be on many levels, a personal levels, a sickness in the family, a death in the family. Trust me, been there. Okay, a tornado. Yeah, a tornado hit your house, or hit your farm, or hit your homestead. It screws everything up on you. You gotta rebuild everything from scratch again. Your garden just got wiped out. Hope you live down south where you can grow food in the wintertime. However, that's even getting to becoming a challenge because they're having tornadoes and snowstorms and stuff, even down south in the wintertime now. Last year it was a freak deal for Texas to get hit with sub-zero temperatures and the east coast and down south. Okay? Oh wait, this year it was a repeat. You know? And the south is going to get hit again with bad storms. So that's why, no matter what, I would still do it even afterwards. So go ahead and laugh at me, whatever. I don't care. I'm still going to tell you to keep doing it. Keep doing it. Am I looking down my nose? No. Am I thinking I'm better than? No. It's like that Simon and Garfunkel song. I'm just a. Or. No, it was Queen. I'm just a poor boy. Well, guess what? I'm just a poor girl. Okay? I don't have a lot of money and I don't pretend I have a lot of money. But I do what I do with what I've got. I don't have the best camera, the most expensive this or the most fancy that. I don't care. I'm still here. I'm still talking with you. I'm still encouraging. I'm still cheering people on. You know what I mean? And I'll be damned if I'm going to let others tell me, you can't do that. Why not? I can do that. It's not illegal to do that. Is it hurting other people? No. Can other people learn from what I do? Yes. Can I learn from other people? Yes. So let's rock and roll the learning stuff. You know? It ain't gonna bite you in the butt. Somebody. Sorry about that, but if somebody feels they've got to jump somebody else's case because they're not feeling good about themselves, that's on them. You know? That's all that is. It's on them. I don't believe in jumping cases. So. Sorry, had to cough. I've never had the ability to let people tell me you can't. Because if I listened to people tell me throughout my life I can't, I wouldn't have figured out how to do 3D tatting. I wouldn't have found out that weaving and spinning, making thread, all came natural to me. Just saying. You know? What have you done that somebody told you couldn't do? You were damn good at it. I sure hope you didn't let them stop you. I sure hope that you did not let them kill your dreams. Because if you did, I'm sorry to hear it. You know? I am real sorry to hear it. But that's not what life is about. You know? Sure. Life has a lot of ups and downs, and it's like a roller coaster. 1 minute you're down in the valley. Next thing you know, you're up on the hill. Or you're going down the other side. Or you're going up the next hill and you're stuck in the middle. That's a fun place to be, too. You know? But you know what? We keep going. We keep trudging along. We keep moving one foot in front of the other. And before you know it, you're out the door. Yeah. Don't give up. Keep trying. And those that make a difference, and those that encourage and inspire, keep up the good work. Let's rock it. Okay? I'm having a hell of a time right now with my sinus. To those that inspire and encourage, don't let anybody stop you. Alright? Sure, we teach, but we don't have a classroom. We teach and we don't have a certificate. Well, certificates are A dime a dozen. You can print them off at any computer and printer that you want. Don't mean nothing.
Yeah, they're just really glorified participation awards.
Yeah, how many teachers actually teach in schools nowadays? A lot of them just uses a computer. The computer teaches your children.
Hmm.
And then to cover the teachers' derriere, they make up these rules. Well, in our school, the teachers have their own little book of rules. Okay, so the schools no longer have one handbook. You have a handbook from each of your teachers. Wow, that means your teacher is not doing diddly squat with your kids or teaching your kids. The computer is, and they're not going to explain diddly squat to your kids either. I've seen that happen before many times. I mean, like I said, my sinuses are playing hello on me right now.
Yeah, you're not the only one. It's happening here too.
Yeah, it's like the dam of the sinuses have broken. Ah,
Yeah, I've been having a runny nose since I woke up. That makes no sense. Before that, I was having a really weird dream, and then when I woke up, and it's not tinnitus because I know what tinnitus is. This was just a constant ring that would not go away no matter what I did. And if it's tinnitus, I can make it go away with music or doing certain things with my ears, like plugging them or something.
right. And you know what? You're not the first one I've heard have that
What
problem
happens to
lately.
me often, like just out of nowhere, and it's not in the ears.
No.
This ringing was like in the back of my head to the middle of my head, from the middle of the inside of my head to the back. And
Yep.
I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Like I said, you're not the first one I've heard
Oh, I
with
know.
that.
And I've heard other people tell me about that too. And I'm like, yeah, same here.
Okay, I think I've caught it all by now, but yeah, it's the stuff that they do in the air and it's causing all these lovely, delightful ordeals.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. It all has to do with the frequency too that they're using
Yep.
to manipulate the particles in the air when they spring. Yeah, it's all connected stuff.
I I kind of have a thing. It's a thought. You can give me your feedback on it, God's night. I would like to challenge people to be nice to each other. Okay? Now, when I tell you to be nice to each other and challenge you to this, if it's somebody that you don't care for or is not a very nice person, it's okay to walk away from them. But try to be nice to as many people as you can. Say hi. Try let's do it this way. You're walking down the street, you see somebody, just say hi to them. How you doing? Okay, acknowledging them. Smile at them. You know, you'd be surprised how far that'll go. You might just made that person's day and not known it. You know, I'm serious on this, but try to be a little nicer. Hi, Homestead Aquarius. How you doing, honey?
Hey,
Danny was
Aquarius.
Danny was in for a little bit. He's at work, but yeah, try to be nice to you know. Um, Homestead, would you like to come on because maybe you could answer some questions? Like, I'd like to know. You know, I know some of the situation, not everything, but what happens to shed wars? We can't lose our faithful jellyfish leader. You know? That's okay, Homestead. We're just happy you're here. You know? So, yeah, because no matter what, I'm still gonna do my videos, but I didn't know, what was gonna happen with Shed Wars, and I'm trying to find out. And I've been chewing butt, you know. I mean, on here, this Homestead Aquarius on here. I always say, if you don't know, you want to learn, because there are people that don't know how to do gardening, never been around it or anything, and they want to learn. Ask, somebody, find somebody, ask them. And if you learn from videos, that's okay, sweetie. If you learn from videos, kudos. You're learning from somebody. And you try it, and it works. And guess what? That's how we teach each other. Okay? And Homestead, you can testify to this one. When we were kids, our moms and dads didn't always have video cameras, did they? And a lot of people I know that I learned from, they're no longer alive. So, there ain't no recording it. But it don't mean that I didn't learn it from somebody. Don't mean that I didn't pick it up. It don't mean that it didn't come natural for me to do. You know? I mean, and if you learn by watching videos, you can learn how to fix a car by watching videos on YouTube. Okay? That ain't no that's not no reason to put somebody down. You know? So, yeah. And that's why I wanted Will It Grow to come on today, because people learn how to do things different all the time. What do I mean that? Some learn better by books. Some learn better by visuals, like videos. Okay? Other people can learn from books and videos.
Or
Some
even
people,
hands-on.
some
Some
people
people learn better, quicker
with
hands-on.
yeah, some people like to learn hands-on, but have texture feel, that they don't like getting their hands dirty, and that's okay.
That's why
I
there's
learned how
gloves.
to deal with people with like that, you know. But you know what? Everybody likes to learn, and not everybody had a grandma and grandpa, or great grandma or grandpa, or mom and dad that done gardening, and they know that it's important that we do it. My message on here hasn't changed in how many months that we've been saying this stuff, because we know what's coming, and it's okay. We're trying to help others. We're trying to get encouraging. And oh, by the way, Homestead, Mr. Aquarius, Mr. Robert, you know that pocket challenge? Well, that pocket challenge brings me to the knee pocket on your pants that I live in. I gotta wait until it gets a little bit warmer so I can clean my house out, so I can show people what's actually in that knee pocket on your pants that I live in. Yep. I got a feeling they're gonna be going, how in the heck does he even walk with all that in his pocket? You know? But that's okay. And yeah, it'll be to make people laugh. You know? It didn't say exactly where the pocket had to be, or if anybody could live in the pocket. It just says what's in your pocket.
Yeah, that's
So,
what happens when there's no detail or specifics.
but that's okay. We can definitely have some
Pocket,
fun.
a
You
pocket is a
know?
pocket.
Yeah. A pocket is a pocket. Some pockets are big pockets, some pockets are little pockets, some pockets are tiny, tiny pockets. You know? I mean, it's just something fun to, to do. And yeah, so anyhow, I I'm in a good mood. I've been in a good mood, and I I sent an email this morning to a certain person and said, "Hey, if you want to come on, you can. If you don't, that's fine." I hope that he listened anyhow to what we had to say, you know. And I strongly tell him every time, "You ain't going nowhere, youngie. You're gonna stick around. You're gonna make your videos. You're gonna dust your dairy off, and you're gonna pull up your big boy pants, and you're gonna pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and this old lady ain't letting you go anyplace." You know? I mean, yeah, I don't join the challenges, but it's okay because I'm in it I'm in it to do gardening. I'm not in it to do challenges. I'm I'm in it to, you know, make people laugh. I'm in it to learn. I'm in it to teach. I'm in it to have fun. And when I say laugh, make people laugh, I'll pick at myself. I'll make jokes up about myself. I'll tell stupid stuff I do, you know. But that's okay because if I can't pick up, make jokes about myself, I don't need to make jokes about somebody else.
Exactly.
But trust me, I do a lot of stupid stuff, you know. So, yeah, it's a good, encouraging situation. And, we're supposed to be encouraging people to grow and learn how to grow, you know. And it's okay. It ain't going to stop and it ain't going to go away, you know. And Helm said that's okay. I wasn't going to say you had to, come up and talk about it. But I am saying that I ain't letting that man quit. You know, he's got to do his videos. Who cares what other people say? You know, some people don't need to throw rocks because when they throw rocks and this, that, and the other, it turn around, that rock will come back and hit him right between the eyes. You know, I mean, no, nobody needs to try to put somebody down for no reason. And that's all I found. That's all I got out of it. But there ain't no reason for it. It won't do him any good. So I'm watching. I'm waiting to see. You know, we're not gonna stop doing what we're gonna do. What is the purpose behind it? There ain't one. You know, we're supposed to encourage. We're supposed to uplift. Okay, so we make people laugh in between. Hey, that's fun. You know, I mean, tearing people down has never been my thing. So cheering people on, well, I'm pretty good at that one. I bet you I can stub my toe better than you can stub your toe. Oh, wait, you all want to tell me how I'm supposed to stub my toe and I done it wrong? Oh, gosh. Yeah, you're right about that one. Yeah, that's what I figured too. Um, That's exactly what I figured. Because it stunk to high heaven of it, you know.
Yeah, like I said, there's more to it than what was being let on. I called it. And I don't even know what the hell's going on, really. That's just what my instincts tell me. Like
I
I said, I
mean,
told you, it got personal. It's personal. Once it
oh,
gets personal, there's
they meant it
eh,
to be. The people involved in it meant it to be personal.
well, exactly. But all parties meant it to be personal, JT. When there's attachment, it's personal on all ends. Not just one
Yeah.
person is guilty of one thing. There's
Well, not
both
not
sides.
just that. They didn't just attack one. They attacked Homestead Aquarius out of it and stuff.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
know,
That's all fine and good. I mean, like I said, it becomes personal.
it was attacking everybody, and
I don't need to know what went on or anything. Like I said, I mean, he's
right,
sharing, but this isn't my first time figuring shit out. My
right,
job in the military was figuring shit out, directly or indirectly,
exactly.
and all this rings typical behavior, typical outcomes, typical consequences.
Typical high school stuff. Yep, it
But
was.
but once there's an attachment with someone and you don't know exactly what's going on behind the lines, like communication, you're not gonna know the complete truth.
Yep,
Someone could have said something, done something in communication, email, text, phone call, whatever. That's what I'm saying. I don't know exactly, but these are typical telltales of typical drama,
yeah, but
especially online.
yeah.
Online, it's the worst way. It's the worst way to
Well,
do things.
there is one way to deal with such people. You look at them and you say, "Hey, you want drama?" You take it right down the street and you keep it amongst yourselves. It's not welcomed here.
Yeah, I mean, Aquarius is old enough to understand that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger,
Yeah,
and that's pretty much what's happening here.
you know. And no, we're not gonna stop making our videos. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll have a video. I'll be able to make a video. Homestead Aquarius chasing me across the yard. My feet and then his feet. And that's all we have to show of each other. It'd be a top hit. It
I,
would get so many views that it wouldn't be funny.
I mean, it's even happened here, and there are people that I didn't even know that JT had on here, and I told her how I felt about them or what I saw about them, and I was right about it without even getting to know them. She knew them before me.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I really don't trust this person. This person seems sketchy. I don't have to know you in order to just by how if you come on and I see you, I can already pretty much case you. Your words in chat, if you try to change names, I can case you. I mean, people are pretty much typical when they try to act one way and then they come in pretending they're somebody else when they're not. There's just little telltales that people leave behind that you're like, oh yeah, you know what? The way this person typed certain words, that's that person. Because
Yep.
they're the only person that comes in here and types a certain way. Puts up their post, their text a certain way in chat. And then when when you see them and hear them talk, oh man, that's even more better for me.
Right. Exactly. They don't. I mean, they're kind of doing it like the government. They use whoever they
Yep,
want, and then when that person's no longer viable to them, they throw them under a bus. You know,
that's how
that's
it
their
is, Aquarius.
scapegoat.
That's how it is, man. Just can't let that get to you guys. Like I said, I mean, you're old enough. People know the saying that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and it's true.
Yeah, he's a couple days older than me.
I mean, even this channel's experienced it with from from the algorithms. You know, I mean, they're trying to kill many channels. This one too. And for what? Just because we're spreading a positive message or messages? Oh yeah, that's right, right? They don't want people thinking not like them, you know,
Exactly.
or saying things that doesn't fit the agenda or the narrative. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, they use people as pawns. That's for doggone sure.
Well, yeah, it's like it's like the symbiosis between a parasite and its host. You know, how is how is the host supposed to use the parasite if the parasite constantly drains the host of nutrients or life? You know, hey Belly,
Hi, Jillian Carey. Glad to see you here. But yeah, we're not gonna let them destroy anything. I'm sorry. My attitude is whatever. We're gonna do our videos. We don't care. You can get upset with us. We don't care. Why? Homestead Aquarius, 99.9% of them people, well, 100% of them people aren't going to drive up to my house, okay? Aren't going to come up here to raise hell at my place.
right?
I already know that,
Yep.
okay? Jilly and Carrie live closer to me, and they're not even that close, than 99.9% of them other people, okay? I mean, Jilly and Carrie, they'll get warmer weather before we do. They'll be able to plant in their gardens before we can, because they're in southern Iowa, over in the north or the southwest corner. You know, but they they can play their high school crap. They can do the dirty work. They can say, "Oh, we're for this, oh, we're for that." Well, that's all funny because what y'all are doing exactly what the yahoos in D.C. want people to do. You're just doing their work for them. You know, I've had people try to put me in a category. I'm sorry. I've came right out and I busted that bubble on them, and they stormed off. I said, you can't put me in a category because I've lived this lifestyle before there was preppers, before there was homesteaders. You know, it's just how people back when Homestead Aquarius and I were children, that was a normal lifestyle for everybody.
Yeah, like you said, it's a way of life, and so is gardening. Now
Yeah,
gardening is treated as a hobby, as a pastime, as something that, oh, I could just go out and just do this whenever I want for a little bit I want, but then I'm not gonna really care if anything grows. They don't see people these days don't see any trades or skills like how useful and important they were back then. Now it's just like I said, it's a hobby, it's a pastime. Oh, I'm gonna pick up woodworking and I can give it up anytime because I really don't see a use for it. I was like, you don't understand that carpentry and woodworking, you can build your own shit and not have to go out and buy it.
right.
I mean, it's just that simple. But people don't. They want, like we talked about, the instant satisfaction of things. They can just go out and get it rather than make it.
My late husband and I, we would get those little books, and we'd look through them and I'd go, "Oh, I know we can make that. We wanted it bad enough. We made it. We didn't go to the store and buy everything. Why? When we got done making whatever it was, one, it was homemade. Two, it was a better quality than your store bought stuffs, you know.
Yep.
And three, we were the ones that made it. Well, our neighbors didn't make one like it, so what the hey? And if they did and it wasn't like, exactly like it, more power to them too. I didn't care. You know? I mean, it's just that plain and simple. It's like what I grow in my garden might not be the same thing that Chili and Carrie grow in theirs, or Homestead Aquarius grows in his, or Cajun Hyponics grows in his, or God's Night grows in his. You know? Yes, you're right. That's what, that's how it is. And you saved money because you weren't blowing money and buying something that you could make a better quality of it too. I mean, you know, it used to be where people sat out on the front porch and the neighbors talked with each other. The neighbor kids hung out at everybody's houses. Everybody knew everybody. Now they don't know nothing. You know, they don't know who lives in the house next to them.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
don't talk to
That's really
anybody.
bad.
They don't even talk to each other when they're sitting at the dinner table.
Right.
They've got a family gathering. They're all in the front room. Not a word's being sounded. You could drop a pin and hear it clearly. Why? Because they're busy looking down and talking on their phones.
Yep.
I mean, it's just, yeah. That's a sad, sad situation. However, it's going to get back to where you're going to have to talk to people next to you, in your, next door neighbors, because you ain't going to be able to communicate on the internet. It won't be around. They don't want communication, so they're going to take that away. They're going to take the phones away. They're going to take a lot of things away. They're going to take the gas away because they're going to make it so nobody can afford it. And food in the stores, that's going to disappear because truck drivers can't afford the diesel to get the stuff to the stores from or for the farmers to the processing plants, so they can it, put in the back in the semis to take it to the stores to sell to the people. They don't want none of that. Dad taught me if you want to know how to fix something, take it apart and put it back together. Yeah, that's how I got my motorcycle at 9. Dad disassembled it on a tarp and said put it together and start. It's yours. Well, that um that comment there makes me chuckle because I had a little one. Many moons ago I had a little one, and he was always curious on how things work. So he'd take it apart and then he'd bring all the pieces to me and say, "Fix," you know? I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, I did that a lot. I took a lot of things apart and put it back together when I was young. My dad did not like it. Those remotes, radios, stereos, TV.
This was a kid that was 2 years old.
Yeah, I was around the same age too.
Yeah.
I did this when I
Fix.
was really young,
Yep, fix.
but I put it back together.
No,
And he
I
would
think
tell me that I would do that, and he didn't like it.
and I was like, I don't know if I can. I'll try my best. I says, you took it apart. You should put it back together. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Then don't take it apart.
He would get a lot of times he would get mad too because there was an extra piece, and the remote would still work, or the radio would still work, and there was an extra piece
Yep.
missing, or out. Just like, what does this piece go to? What does this part go to? I'm like, I don't know.
Yep. All the good old days. I remember working on tube radios and tube TVs. The real old ones. You know, I had a friend that taught me a lot about them. And it's okay.
Yeah,
You know.
when I got a little bit older, and I remember this myself because I was around 3 or 4, and I would start taking ammunition apart.
because he had little 22 bullets hanging around, shotgun shells. I would start taking that stuff apart. I didn't know what it was, and I would separate it. You know, I put the powder, you know, the black stuff in one container, and the pellets or the projectiles in another container, and the primers in another container. Except for 22s, you know, they went with the shotgun shell primers. I was doing all this stuff, and I didn't know what it was, so I took it apart to know what it was. You know, what was inside of it.
Hey, God's Night, keep talking. I gotta go see Captain Sprinkles.
Okay. Yeah, and then I started getting when I would get older and more curious, I would start combining the ingredients into smaller containers, like coin. What was it? Those coin wraps, the coin tubes. Can't remember exactly what they're called. And I'll put gunpowder in there and light it. I was like, oh, okay, so this stuff goes boom, or it catches on fire and it fizzes up. Yeah, I'm still like that now with things, except I preserve things now rather than take them apart. Unless it's something that requires maintenance. You know, field stripping, lubing, cleaning, that kind of stuff. Which I never get tired of. Never get tired of.
Stripping, cleaning. Ooh. Sounds
Gotta
like
make
a
sure
fun
everything's
time.
Yeah, just gotta make sure everything's tip top, you know? Well, you never know when
Yeah,
you're gonna need it.
I like it. LOLO. My dad said if you didn't have spare parts, you did it wrong. It's a wonder.
Yeah, exactly, Belly. See, that's what I'm talking about. I used to do all kinds of stuff. Climb high trees, you know, trees that go really up, and play in the street, which was never a problem. I mean, now it is because you got people driving up and down the streets on your block at 50, 60, 70 miles an hour just to make their freaking vehicles go fast for what, 3 seconds? And they're like, oh yeah, I had fun. But they don't consider that there's a school on the same street.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's so stupid. I mean, if you want to get adrenaline, go enlist in the military, become a police officer, do something if you want that high. You know, don't act like a dumbass, you know, around people and show off because it's not impressive. It's actually a nuisance.
Right? I mean, we would drop
I,
from the street lights, tuck and roll off the rooftops, and do the same at 40. Yeah, I knew a little kid that done the same thing, thinking he was hot stuff.
yeah, I would put random stuff in light socket or outlets, you know. Um, I would play with wires, you know, try to tweak wires on lamps and whatnot. Because we had this. You remember the old lamps that you could touch that you know that are like cool now?
The what?
Those lamps back in the 80s. I know they came from the 70s, but the 80s, you know, the ones where you can touch and it would brighten and dim and turn off. You could just touch the lamp stand or the lamp.
Oh, like the Tiffany lamps. Yeah,
I guess that's what they're called. I used to mess
yeah.
with those while they were plugged in. I would do different stuff with it, and then I get shocked, or sometimes I won't.
Oh,
Uh,
belly
Same with
achers.
those
No, no, no. You would
those.
not have gotten Bobby to put a pin in the light socket. No, no.
I did that with nails, safety pins, paper clips, anything that would fit in there.
No, 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 not in my house. You wouldn't have. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not grounded and I do have a wire in my leg. It's not attached.
Yeah.
So you'd have really been in trouble, kiddo. Sorry, I can't take and pull your hand off of that. Why? 'Cause I ain't getting shocked for you. You know, it's just how it is sometimes. Uh-oh. Hey, we have him back. Welcome back. Got
Gracias.
rattlesnakes with a forked stick to get the rattle beads. Yeah, you can. They actually used to go around. The government actually paid men to go around and kill all the rattlesnakes, and the way that they knew how many they killed was by cutting the rattles off, so they had proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they quit having people go around and kill the rattlesnakes.
Yeah, they did that with boars for a while too. A lot of like here in California, it was with boars, mountain lions, and something else. I can't remember. I don't know. It wasn't coyotes.
Wolves,
Uh, no, not wolves. I can't
bobcats.
remember those. Maybe. I just remember it was mountain lions, boars, and there was something else that would you really didn't need to, but
Oh,
the
bears.
state ordered it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Brown bears. Yes, brown bears. And brown bears are pretty nice animals. I mean, they avoid you like the black bears. I mean, they
Yeah.
really don't bother you.
The only reason they go in your garbage can is because they're hungry. You're in
Yeah,
their territory.
yeah. They smell food.
Carrie, you mean to tell me you were 5? Wow, that's amazing. And his
Yeah,
brother
that's
Steve
cool.
was 7. Heck, I thought Carrie was just the age Carrie was the whole time. Just joking, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. Oh, Jilly was 5. Ooh, wow, Jilly's doing tomboy stuff. Big brother was corrupting. Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna get to the point where, we're gonna have to have backup plans to backup plans. You know,
Yep.
what everything that is you take for granted is everything they're going to take away from you. They don't want people growing their own gardens. They don't want people to have access to any foods except for the foods they want you to eat.
Yeah. Bugs. Soylent Green. People
Yeah,
think that's a
and
joke still, but it's not.
and they're fake food. Okay.
Oh, geez. Unload on. I'm glad I never did that mistake or that kind of mess. I was taught really well one shot, one kill while hunting with
Yeah.
shotgun or a hunting rifle. Because, yeah, I mean, I learned the hard way. My when I was taught, I was just kind of thrown in to do it, and I was taught with the double barrel, so I unloaded both barrels, and I had to pick out all the buckshot.
You know,
Or when we
that's
were
why
hunting
that's
pheasant
why
or
I
quail
don't
or
I
duck.
I don't go no, I've never been one to hunt with buckshot. I mean a shotgun because I don't like lead in my food. Just saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I like there to be more meat left than a holy meat
Yeah, and
with
I'm
a
like,
little bit.
yeah, like it goes. Now you know what I mean by don't use both barrels. You just
Yeah.
need one. So I had to pick out all that buck.
Well, at least he knows how to fish. he gets hungry enough and you're not there, guess what? He'll figure out how to clean that fish too. You know? Yeah.
Just he's still just a wuss at 65.
I like the 22 because there's no kick to it. You know? Can
Right.
handle that.
22s are good for, small, even some mid-sized game, but I prefer a hunting rifle, a 308 or I don't know about 223. I still not have hunted with, an AR-15 yet, so I don't know.
Okay. Y'all are talking about guns that's way over my heads now because they're
Well,
modern.
that's why I just said AR-15 instead.
But
I mean, I never.
shotguns, the 22s, those were the main rifles when, yeah, and those I can handle. I don't care for the shotgun because if you don't roll your shoulder on the stock right, you'll dislocate it and hurt yourself really bad because it'll throw you back. You
Yeah,
know, I like mine to not have a kickback. Just saying.
yeah.
But
I've really only hunted with the 30 caliber variant rifles. That's it. I mean, that's what I was taught on 30-06 and 308.
I mean, you can also make traps, but then you still have
Yep.
to be able to kill whatever you catch in a trap,
Yep.
so you can eat it. It's just that simple, you know. I mean, because we can't waste anything, you know.
Yep.
And getting used to not wasting stuff is something a lot of people have to adjust to. I am serious because they don't know how to do that stuff anymore. Or some people never was around anybody that didn't, just waste whatever, throw things away, get new, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't do that in when I was hunting with Grandpa. We never wasted anything because it was just one. We didn't go out there and like put down 30 animals and just take a trophy off of it. We hunted maybe one, two, depending on what it was, and we used the whole thing. We didn't leave the carcass there. Yeah, I'm in California as well.
Okay. Oh, speaking of sharpens, that's where I was gonna. When you was talking about taking things back and loop and all of that stuff, I'm like, you forgot to classify sharpening there too. I've got them covered.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we
Poor
cried.
Robin.
She was gonna make us eat those crows. Hey, crow pie is supposed to be pretty good for what I hear. It's gotta be fixed right though.
Like no crow pie, you're gonna throw those on a spit and rotate them until they're done.
Yeah, well, you get hungry enough, you ain't gonna give a hoot and a holler that that's a crow.
Yep.
It's gonna be meat, you know. Um, unless it's a hummingbird or a wren, forget it. They're not even big enough to make a half hors d'oeuvre.
Well, imagine trying to hit a hummingbird at flight in a certain distance with the 22. If you're not, I mean, I don't even care how skilled you are. I can hit clays all day, but a hummingbird, I don't know. It's like trying to shoot a flea with a slingshot.
Oh, they had half of them clean when she told them to put them in the bird barrel. Oh,
Yeah, well, that's a lesson learned then.
yeah. Not everybody likes to eat crow anyhow. Some need to more than others.
Yeah, I'd rather eat animals that are out in the wild than domestic ones, you know. What I mean by domestic is the ones that live, you know, in our society, in the cities, the towns.
I don't know. My squirrels in town eat pretty doggone good.
Yeah, but they're not rats with wings like pigeons and crows. They don't eat garbage. They don't eat diapers like crows and pigeons do.
True.
That's you know what that's the interesting thing about squirrels and chipmunks and any kind of you know tree or foresty rodent like them is that they stick to what they could find that's a fruit or a vegetable or something or even junk food like if people drop chips or something okay but I mean I've seen the birds here like in cities and stuff and they're just disgusting they eat anything
We don't
I've
have
seen
that
like I
much.
said I've seen them eat diapers and you know I wouldn't want to eat an animal that eats you know diapers. Yeah, I never had skunk, beaver, or raccoon. I've had possum before.
Coon is good. Trust me. Especially
Oh
if
no,
you
I
got a
couldn't. I
Mex.
couldn't. I
Especially if
couldn't
you
eat.
got a barbecue sauce on it, you gotta cook it just right.
I couldn't eat raccoon. I like raccoons. They're just like my buddies. Beaver maybe. Skunk, probably. I mean, I've had rabbit, snake. I don't know why not skunk, but I never had skunk.
And then you take and you
Yeah,
the
no.
save the beaver pellet and you can make some really nice stuff with it too. Coon you can save theirs. Possum well. Ain't much
Yeah,
there to save.
yeah. Depending on their diet, they do eat poop. But if it's human poop, I ain't. I'm not gonna eat an animal that eats human poop. I'm just not.
No, leave that for the rich. From what I hear,
Yeah,
they're into it.
yeah. Because it's gourmet. It's delicacy.
Oh yeah, fresh too. When it's steaming, they love it then.
Yeah, the corn's still steaming by the time they get it.
Oh, I don't know why we're to that subject, but hey, you know, it's some of their weird,
it,
some
it
of the
just came
weird
along.
stuff that, yeah, it's some of the weird stuff that the elite do in their social rings. You
Yep.
know, crazy, nasty, but no, the reason we say what we say is because we're doing it ourselves too.
Yeah, but you
And
gotta imagine the typical diet of a human: processed food, um, parasites. You know, our bodies carry many parasites, and a lot of them aren't harmful. But if you consume them from another host, you never know. I mean, they're gonna fight each other. Just like putting in two bacterias of the same kind, but from a different host, or uh, they're gonna fight each other because they're not exactly the same. They could be the same bacteria, but they come from a different host or a different growth dish or whatever they do in the lab. Really, you know. No, it's not. If it's your own, it's fine. If it's somebody else's, that's a different thing.
right.
I mean, it's just proven science. That's proven science.
Plus, they used to go
Plus,
around and they would collect human pee, okay?
because
Because
feces has blood in it too.
they make they use human pee, clean human pee, to make ammonia back in the day. They couldn't use any that
Right.
had
Yeah, yeah, we
menstrual
talked
stuff in
about
it.
that. I know
Yeah,
all that stuff.
and not only that, it is yeah human. Put a little bit of human pee in water, you got a great fertilizer and stuff.
Yeah, I know all that. All animals have parasites.
Even fish. That's why I don't eat sushi really. A lot of times I miss those parasites. I'm
Yeah,
well aware of
I've
this.
skinned squirrels. I've skinned squirrels. I've cooked squirrels. I've eaten squirrels.
I mean, I've eaten wild rat. Sometimes they got parasites, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they got a disease, sometimes they don't. It's just the risk that you take, and you got to know what you're looking for. I'm well aware of all this stuff.
It's also why there's certain times of the year where they have hunting seasons,
Yep, exactly.
because then the animals ain't got mange, which is that's called. Well, if you cook your meat all the way through, guess what? Those worms die.
Oh yeah, everything dies once it's
Cooked
well
thoroughly,
done.
right? Well,
Well done.
it don't when it's well done. It doesn't mean that it has to be burnt. To
Well,
where
exactly. Well done.
you get
Yeah,
charcoal.
exactly.
You'd have clean teeth though, but yeah.
Just the borderline of leather.
I thought you were happy to see me and you made me eat jerky. No, I burnt the hell out of supper. Eat. Oh, I mean, it's crazy. It's just totally, totally crazy. But yeah, I mean, have I don't care for people that are. I don't want my supper to be able to walk around the plate and moo or snort or grunt or squeal, or pick up a nut and start chewing on you know, the outside of the nut, the shell of it.
Yeah.
You have a great day too, Aquarius.
All right, later,
Yeah,
Aquarius.
it's about that time for us to
Oh yeah.
wrap it up, and we'll see everybody here next week. And Aquarius, tell John I sent him a letter, you know, because I ain't gonna let him give up, okay? So, um, you know, if I have to, I'll do a video and I'll dare him. I'll triple dog dare him to make a garden video. Show me how to do something, you know. I can I can make pretty good videos like that, you know. But we're not gonna let him go anyplace. We're gonna keep him around. And we're all gonna keep making our videos, okay? Don't let nobody stop you. Um anyhow, we'll be here again next week. Next Sunday exactly at noon our Central Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, and 2 o'clock Mountain Time, and whatever God's night time. Okay. He's Pacific, and I forget that one. I think it's like whatever. They're ahead of us. Whatever. But yeah. Anyhow,
All right.
y'all
Talk to you
have
later,
a
JC. Later,
blessed
everybody.
week, and we'll see you soon. Talk with you soon. Have a good one, guys.